Welcome to DC2LA. I'm your host, Kevin Palermo. Thanks for tuning into the show. And remember, DC2LA is technically a fashion and entertainment show, so, who am I wearing? Oh, me? Oh, this is so unexpected. Tony Hawk for Kohl's? Well, anyways, tonight is a special episode of DC2LA. I mean, hey, I have all this fancy new swag. Boom, desk. Boom, backdrop. It's about it. But tonight, we will be featuring a debate with two of GW's most promising young politicians, Jacob Roger Anderson Little and Christian Miller. I'll ask them about their roles here on campus, their thoughts on everything going on with the 2016 election, and some more current events. All that and more tonight on DC2LA. On January 21st, a former U.S. Marine was released from an Iranian prison as part of the prisoner swap deal the United States made last week. He returned to his home of Flint, Michigan, the one place you definitely want to be after being imprisoned for 4.5 years. In international news, a World War II concentration camp is being turned into a luxury resort in Montenegro, because that's what everyone looks for in a luxury resort: amenities, comfort, and the millions of ghosts who were murdered in the same spot you occupy, sipping a margarita. This past Wednesday, ABC News reported puppy stolen, traded for crack, is found and okay. Upon arrest, the man accused said, "The crack rescued me more than I rescued it." Recent reports claim that 10% of college students think that Judge Judy is on the Supreme Court. Wait, sorry. Judge Judy isn't on the Supreme Court? Dancing Lobsters, are they not on the Supreme Court either? That's shattering. This past week, a live shark was reportedly found in a Florida condo swimming pool. He didn't have his 401k planned out, so that was the only place he could find shelter overnight. Last Tuesday night, a strange noise was reported to be heard in a part of Oklahoma City, prompting many to wonder, if a strange noise happens in a place that no one lives, does anyone really hear it? Who doesn't like ice cream in the winter? Just last week, knife-wielding thieves stole an ice cream truck. The perpetrators have been quoted as being, quote, "the biggest kids in the 6th grade." Some might say the action wasn't done in good humor. And now, reporting from all over campus is super fan of DC2LA, Tiffany Moneybags. Tiffany, a freshman at GW, reached out to us about doing a segment on the show. Tiffany, over to you.
Hey Calvin, it's me, Tiffany, and I'm here to show you the average life of an average GW student. Let's go explore Mossy Bottom. It's me, Tiffany. I'm a freshman here studying fashion communications at the concentration in SOTS. I'm from Greenwich, Connecticut, and I'm a recent graduate of the Connecticut School of the Exceptionally Dressed. Go Cufflinks! Hey guys, here's one of my favorite places on campus, Starbucks. One of my favorite things about Starbucks is that you don't have to actually train the employees like human beings. Barista is actually an Icelandic word for lower caste, and so they actually encourage you to treat them like crap. Let's head on in. I need a refill.
Just staring off into the distance. Come on, give me a kiss. I hate to see you like this.
Alright, let's talk about roommates. If you have an awful roommate, just get them deported. That's what I did with mine. Just got back from my super hard workout at my favorite place, Soul Cycle. Hey Tiffany, could you buy toilet paper? No, I don't know you. I thought she was deported.
Well, that was interesting. Thanks, Tiffany. Anywho, we are going to take a short commercial break. Welcome back to DC2LA. A lot has been happening this month. Mexican drug lord El Chapo was captured earlier this month by Mexican authorities for the third time after twice escaping from prison. Following El Chapo's capture, Rolling Stone magazine released an interview conducted by actor Sean Penn. Sorry, one second. That's El Chapo? That's the terrifying drug lord that has murdered thousands of people? What's he, like 5'6"? It's like my height. Sorry, no, that's neither here nor there. Get to the story. Sean Penn has now come under fire for not assisting authorities when he learned of El Chapo's location. Sorry, I can't, it's just, when I think of a drug lord, I usually imagine them as like a well-dressed man holding a Tommy gun next to a pile of cocaine, not a live-action Super Mario who looks like he just repaired a furnace. Okay, no, it's fine, I can do this, it's fine. El Chapo, which is Spanish for shorty. Oh, come on! This is one of the most dangerous men in the world. He's like the Mexican Bin Laden, and his nickname is Shorty. Look, I'm not trying to protect El Chapo's feelings. He's like a horrible person, but I gotta be honest. As a short dude, there's something kind of inspiring about the fact that the world's most notorious drug lord is just barely tall enough to ride the Gravitron. And if you're going to be so terrified of a guy that you're going to launch a nationwide manhunt for him, you should at least give him a better nickname than Shorty. That's like if Lord Voldemort was called Bald Man McScrunchyface. Speaking of wealthy egomaniacs who are universally despised in Mexico, Donald Trump recently obtained the support of former Alaska Governor Sarah Palin. Palin endorsed Trump in a speech which some political analysts are describing as, what was that?
Are you ready to make America great again? We all have a part in this. We all have a responsibility. Looking around at all of you, you hard-working Iowa families, you farm families, and teachers and teamsters and cops and cooks, you rock and rollers and holy rollers. When we're talking about a nation without borders, when we're talking about bankruptcies in our federal government, debt that our children and our grandchildren, they'll never be able to pay off. When we're talking about no more Reagan-esque power that comes from strength, power through strength, well, then we're talking about our very existence. So no, we're not going to chill. In fact, it's time to drill, baby, drill down and hold these folks accountable.
That's Sarah Palin, politician, praising aspiring politician Donald Trump for not being a politician, and then saying hallelujah for some reason. Many on both sides of the fence describe Palin as politically toxic, leading some to wonder why she had such a high-profile endorsement. In fact, DC2LA has obtained exclusive audio from Trump's own political advisors giving their thoughts on Palin.
No. Please, Donald, I have a mortgage. I would like to pay.
No. That's like Ebola endorsing AIDS, Donald. No.
For Palin, though, this move makes sense. She was once known as the craziest person in politics, a title that has since been taken over by Trump. It's like Mike Tyson watching Floyd Mayweather defend the welterweight title. Palin just wants to show she can get back in the ring and show everyone she's still got it.
You ready for a commander-in-chief who will let our warriors do their job and go kick ISIS?
The champion has returned! There can only be one. This is my roommate's. I don't actually own this. Anyways, for our final news story tonight, fell behind the desk. For a final news story tonight, I would like to share with you all this picture. Now, as you are all probably aware, the Academy Awards are this February 28th. This will be Leonardo DiCaprio's 7th nomination in 23 years. 23 years for him to finally get an Academy Award. Now, people are devastated that DiCaprio has not won thus far. In fact, many of his co-stars have come out to say that DiCaprio deserves to win this year for his work in The Revenant, including his Titanic co-star, Kate Winslet. Seriously? You people are seriously so obsessed with Leonardo DiCaprio that you are upset that he has garnered over 7 nominations in 23 years? To put that in perspective, there have only been 32 African-American actors to ever be nominated for Academy Awards, ever. Like, it took 32 black Leonardo DiCaprios to get nominated for 88 years of work, and only 12 of them have won. 12. And you are upset that Leonardo DiCaprio, a white dude who has been nominated for over 150 awards and has won 40 of them, has not won an Oscar yet? Well, maybe Leo will put out a win this year. But does it really matter when all these rich old white guys in the Academy are deciding who wins anyways? Now, we will take a short commercial break. When we come back, it will be debate time with Jacob and Christian. Stick around.
I believe. I believe that. I believe that we. I believe that we will win.
Welcome back to Colonial Crossfire. I'm your moderator, Andrew Oh, wait, sorry. It's the same set. Common mistake. We're back to DC2LA for our special debate episode. On the left, we have Jacob Roger Anderson Little. Jacob is a freshman, president of Summers Hall, staff writer for the Political Review, majoring in political science, and is the freshman rep for GW Debs, and he identifies as #Team Edward. On the right, we have Christian Miller, also a freshman and the programming chair of Summers Hall, member of College Republicans, founder of GW for Kourtney Kardashian, identifies as #Team Jacob. So you are both very involved on campus, and you are on the RHA board of Summers Hall. You guys doing okay? What kind of changes have you implemented? Are you going under any hardships?
Well, we got a trash can in the study room. It was there for about a week toward the end of last semester, and then it disappeared. So I've got some phone calls to make this week. We'll just put it that way.
It was also my trash can that I put there because no one else would. So
you're the victim of a crime.
My trash can has been stolen.
Yeah, and the thief is on the loose, it seems.
It was
so are you guys cracking down on law enforcement? I mean, what kind of solutions do you have to the trash can problem?
I mean, you can tell people to throw away their trash in their own rooms. The trash cans are about 30 to 40 feet away depending on where you are in relation to the study room. But I think, just supplying people with the resource that will make trash disposal readily accessible is the way to go in this instance.
In all honesty, I'm still really broken up about the loss of my trash can. It was important to me. It helped me out in a lot of important stuff that I had to do last semester.
Well, it's good to see Republicans and Democrats can actually work together to find something resembling a solution to this. So let's switch gears. Now, the big election is coming up in 2016. Student Association, is that not the big one? The Student Association, GW?
No, I think you got that right.
Okay, great. There is the presidential election, though, so let's just knock that out real quick. What are your thoughts on everything going on in 2016?
It's exciting, certainly. We've got an impressive palette of candidates, all with something unique to offer, some a little more unique than others, and some a little more to offer than others, frankly. And I feel like a lot of those happen to be on the Democratic side, and so it's been a pleasant experience for me, and I'm looking forward to finishing out this year strongly.
Christian?
Well, it's been fun. I guess we can say it's been fun.
Is that all you can say about the Republican ticket right now? Do you have, not representing the Republican side, do you have your guy right now?
So personally, I back John Kasich just because I was a big Fruit Ninja player, circa
Sure.
8th grade, and those Fruit Ninja motions and Trevor Noah's thing, I was like, that's my guy. That's my guy.
Jacob, are you a Hillary, a Bernie, or an O'Malley?
Well, you see, I like all of them. I think, O'Malley should get a little more credit for some of the positive things he's saying in the debates. I love Bernie's honesty and consistency on the issues, and I like the experience that Hillary's brought to the table for decades now, and I feel like she would be ready to take the job the first day she steps into the office. Now, I'm actually undecided. I will be applying for requesting an absentee ballot by the end of the week, and I'm looking forward to making that decision.
So let's talk about O'Malley's for just a quick second, because in the brief 10 seconds he actually got to speak at the last Democratic debate, he said on gun laws that, quote, he's never met a self-respecting deer hunter that needed an AR-15 to down a deer. What do you guys make of that?
Okay, so that's objectively not true. Like, there are these things now, I'm sure you've heard of them.
Oh, sorry, this is just really awkward. Martin O'Malley's actually been here this whole time. Oh God, this is the worst. Martin, do you have anything to add? Martin, you wanna chip in? This is your time. This is your time, buddy. Sir, I guess you didn't want to take the opportunity. Let's address this issue. So Hillary Clinton is a woman. Agree or disagree?
I think that's sort of up to her and how she identifies, and so she's, throughout the campaign trail, it's pretty much been stated by her campaign and general consensus that that is the case, and so I'm inclined to agree.
Christian, would you like to rebut?
I mean, there's always the chance that she's not. Like, we just have to sit here for a second and consider that maybe she's not. Maybe she's, like I was going to talk about earlier about this rare known phenomenon called super deer, and that's why people need AR-15s for the purpose of hunting. I personally have come to believe that Hillary Clinton may or may not be a representative of the super deer, which is why she's in favor of gun control, because that's the only thing that keeps the super deer in check.
This is breaking news, okay? This is noted conspiracy theorist Christian Miller advancing the theory that Hillary Clinton is a super deer.
I mean, I don't know if I would call it a conspiracy. There's an overwhelming amount of evidence. Like, you're just watching the debate and you see those little antlers poking out and you're like, hold on. Hold on. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, with that in mind, we have some rapid-fire questions for you. Who would win in 2016? And we'll just go real quick on these. Both of you, Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders?
Hillary Clinton.
Sanders.
All right. Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump?
Hillary Clinton.
Trump.
All right. Bernie Sanders or Donald Trump?
Bernie Sanders.
All right. Now, Ted Cruz or Kevin from The Office? This is where it gets hard, kids.
I don't think people will be able to tell the difference
Wait,
when
which
they're
one's
voting.
He's the one that he's like kind of like.
Oh, the fat one?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought. Oh no, never mind. I guess probably. I don't know. I'm going with no answer. Is that okay?
It's not, but we'll accept it.
He'd have Phyllis's vote.
Jeb Bush, or a pair of khakis?
May have to go with a pair of khakis, and that would be an historic first for this nation. So the pair of khakis may have my vote.
I mean, Donald Trump himself said that Jeb Bush was a real tough guy. So I'm inclined to believe that he is. So I'm going to go with Jeb Bush.
All right. Bernie Sanders or Wilson, the volleyball from Castaway?
They have the same hairstyle.
That's fair.
Wilson really meant a lot to Tom Hanks in that movie. It was emotional. There was a real social bond between the two, and so are people going to value that social bond versus democratic socialism? Mm-hmm. We'll see. But I think Bernie would actually have a pretty good shot, and so I may give him my vote in that instance.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna go with the volleyball.
All right, Martin O'Malley or the Korean War, also known as the Forgotten War. We've never elected a literal war president.
I mean, the Korean War has got a memorial. Martin O'Malley hasn't got a memorial,
which not even remembered.
Leads me to believe that the Korean War would win based on the fact that it has a memorial, and I've not seen a single Martin O'Malley memorial.
Yeah, and I think if the Korean War were to pick Jim Webb as its vice presidential selection, I think it would make a strong ticket.
Very fair. And this is our last one: Dr. Ben Carson or Jim Bob Duggar?
Oh shoot! You can't do that. That's not fair.
Yeah, you're right.
They're both my cousins.
Just like both of them too much.
All right. We are going to take a short commercial break, and when we come back, we are going to discuss some current events.
The George Washington University, at the intersection of policy, practice, and research, connecting all that Washington has to offer with an intellectual environment that drives progress, transforming vision into action, offering learning experiences that are rigorous, real-time, and real-world. In a city shaping the future, George Washington is a place where faculty and students don't just study the world, they work to change it.
Welcome back to DC2LA. I'm your host, Kevin Palermo. With me today are freshman superstars Jacob Roger Anderson Little and Christian Miller. Now, President Obama gave his final State of the Union last week. What are your guys' thoughts?
Well, I thought the college Democrats had a great viewing party and general body meeting, and I would encourage people to join us for the State.
No plugging, no plugging. Let's stick to the facts, to the issues.
To the facts. Well, I thought it was the fact that the president gave a great speech. You know, he even covered issues of police and community relations, climate change, and so I thought he made some bold claims and really laid out the issues in a way that was persuasive.
Christian, your response?
I mean, it would have been a great watch party if you guys had been able to get the darn projector to work.
Oh, ooh. Wow.
Yeah.
This is hard-hitting stuff.
I'd like to point out that the liberals can't run their technology. They just can't. They can't do it. You know why? Because they have no private sector experience. They don't trust the private sector to do its job and get technology working, so they don't know how to use it because they think that big government is the solution to technology, and it's not. It's not. And that's why we don't win anymore. That's why ISIS is beating us.
Well, as per the president's comments in the speech, he said that we need to emphasize with our federal budget on research and development investments, and Republicans in Washington have consistently opposed increasing the budget for those things, and so we're going to see fewer technological innovation and more failing projectors, frankly, if we refuse to be responsible with our dollars and invest them in technology for the future.
Those numbers are bogus. You have no proof.
No proof? Oh, well then, perhaps this could be persuasive. I tell you, we got a lot of problems with our technology, serious ones, and I'm gonna fix it fast. We gotta put some money into it. You gotta invest. And trust me, when it comes to investing, I know a lot.
I trust you.
Let's just leave it on that one. Let's jump out of that segment. For our viewers at home, before the show, Jacob asked me if I do a Trump impression, is that okay? I said yes, but if it's bad, I get to make fun of you. I'm gonna say that was borderline. I'm gonna say like that was. I'm not. Mostly because I don't have like specific jokes about it, but I'm gonna let.
Well, you did say
go.
border, so there's some content there.
Boom! All right. All right, let's move on. So legislation HR 47. What are you guys' thoughts?
If you could potentially clarify which.
I can't.
HR 40. Hillary Rodham.
Nope.
High
that was
rise
a test,
47.
and you both failed.
Thank you.
Let's move on. The Treaty of Ghent. You guys, any thoughts?
Oh gosh, darn it! We got the crap. That was the most unfair treaty on the face of the planet. The British definitely did not win that war, and we deserved at least part of Canada.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't actually know what that is. They gave me the cue cards, and they just kind of asked me to, be the pretty face.
I mean, it was only a little event. You may have heard of it. It was called World War I.
Oh, yeah. Never heard of it. Anyway, let's move on. The Tea Act of 1773. Support. Don't support. What's the opposite of support?
Oppose.
Oppose. There we go.
Gotcha.
To vote nay. Well, if I'm correct in assuming that this is the British tax upon tea in the U.S. colonies, then as somebody who does enjoy coffee more than tea, that's that there could be worse things, certainly.
It infringes upon the rights of everyday Americans to purchase tea. We have the rights of Englishmen as endowed to us by the Magna
Carta?
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
I know some history.
Thank you. So we're endowed by the Magna Carta with rights and such. And one of those rights is to be able to buy tea free. It says it right there. That's like literally the first thing in it. It says
they
no
really
taxes
did
on
care
tea.
about tea when they were writing.
It's a big
Magna
deal.
Carta.
It's a big deal. And the fact that you would sell us downriver that quickly says that you're nothing but loyalist scum.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, let's bring it back to the modern day. Who would win in a fight? And I'm talking physical, down and dirty, smash mouth, bare knuckle brawl. Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump? Go.
You know, Donald Trump's a real winner. You know, he is 6'2", he's pretty big guy, it seems, but he actually lacks any exercise or diet program, and I hear that Hillary Clinton is fairly avid with both of those things, and so I think she could really take him for a surprise with her, with maybe her ninja skills and strength.
Mm-hmm. Ninja skills? This just furthers the whole Clinton conspiracy. I'm just putting it out there.
Well, if she's a super deer,
yeah,
that would kind of give her some physical attributes that I feel like might be beneficial in a fight.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Because she's a cheater.
Right. All right, well, I think we settled that one. It's just we're both unanimous on Hillary. I was looking for a little more back and forth, but yeah.
Sorry, Trump.
All right, let's talk about this. What, for each of you, this is our final question, what would the first 100 days of your presidency look like?
Of our presidency?
Of your personal, private, own presidency.
Guess it would be exciting. I may have to make another surprise appearance on GWTV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, please do come back. If that happens, like, I don't know, I'm done with the show after the semester, but, like, you know, whoever is the host would probably really love to have, like, the president on. That'd be pretty sweet.
Maybe make sure that the White House is looking pretty clean, you know, maybe if there was a president prior of different taste, maybe you change up the statues a little bit. I might like to have a bust of Aristotle.
Oh, okay. That's nice. Sorry, Kristen, you seem to take umbrance.
I don't like ancient Greeks. I don't like them. I don't trust them. They come here, they take our jobs, they write our philosophy.
So, wait, they take our jobs?
Yeah, they take our jobs.
Do you think time travel is real?
No, so here's how it goes, right? So the Greek philosophers come here and they take jobs from American philosophers. Like, when's the last time you've been in a philosophy class and you're sat there reading an American philosopher? It's not. You know why? Ancient Greek immigrants.
Well, I try not to take philosophy classes because there's always just like one guy who sits in the back and he's just like, yeah,
deontology, bro.
Yeah, he thinks he knows like all the stuff, but he's just kind of like had an existential crisis in the 7th grade or something and thinks he's really smart.
Yeah, I've been that guy, definitely. Ooh, yeah, rough. Well, although, as per the topic before, though, I will say that presidential candidate Marco Rubio had made a comment about needing more welders and fewer philosophers. And so if we really are concerned about American jobs in the field of philosophy, I think we should look no further than some of our Republican presidential candidates. Or consider Scott Walker and Bobby Jindal, for example, cutting funding for higher education.
No one considers either of them anymore.
All right, then toss the argument in the new trash can at Summers once we get one.
Fair enough. That's a good place to leave it. Big thanks to Jacob and Christian for joining us here today. We're going to take a short commercial break and be right back.
Wonderful academic institution with a fine athletic tradition. Patricio Garino throws it down with 2 hands. Wonderful city. It's a great place to go to school.
Keaton Sandwich open down the right side. Will go and Duncan with his right hand.
Not just the family, it's the whole community.
Armwood Duncan with 1.9 seconds left. Armwood, a thunder slam. 81-80 George Washington. A huge victory for the Colonials.
Thanks for tuning back in. Reporting in Superstorm Jonas is our correspondent Quinn Warner. Quinn?
The worst winter storm DC has seen in decades has been a humanitarian disaster. Refugees from all areas of the Verne have been stuck in Foggy Bottom, not knowing if they'll ever be able to return. I'm Quinn Warner from DC2LA, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the struggles and hardships of those refugees and the residents of Foggy Bottom affected by this crisis. The storm in DC is undeniably the worst thing that's happening in the world right now. The conditions of war-torn countries are nothing compared to the discomfort of getting snow inside your duck boots. I shudder just to think about it. I spoke to one DC resident who was worried not only about that, but about the Verne refugees themselves. Before we get started, could I get your name and where you reside?
Hello, my name is Dylan Williams, and I am a proud resident of the Foggy Bottom community.
So what is your general feeling about the Verne refugees?
I'm not in favor of it. Living in that environment can cause people to do crazy things. Why would we bring them over here?
So security is a concern then?
Of course security is a concern of mine. I mean, you just bring them over here. We have limited resources on Foggy Bottom, and why should I give up my peace of mind and security for people playing victim?
So you don't think they could provide anything at all to the Foggy Bottom community?
I don't think they could provide any benefit whatsoever. They have just such a fundamentally different set of values.
All right, thanks, Dylan. Pleasure to have a talk with you. The refugees were being bussed in by the hundreds to holding centers like Thurston Hall, known by many as Purgatory. The guards in front let me in to report, but only on the condition that I left my crew and my camera behind. Because I'm a real journalist, I decided to sneak a camera in myself to see what kind of squalor these displaced peoples were living in. DC2LA is the very first news crew that's been granted access to Thurston Hall Holding Center. We can look around and see the miserable conditions that these refugees are living in. We can see the flooding water, the lack of space, the cramped conditions. I am physically sick sitting in this place. What a horrible place to be forced to stay. Really just awful. I can't emphasize it enough. I've had this weird cough thing ever since I went, but that doesn't matter. It was upon seeing this that the harsh reality of the Verne refugees' lives became clear. There's still no end in sight for the trials that these Verne refugees will have to go through. There's nothing that is... the Vex is running again. So it's like, there's no point in this entire thing. So, you know, let's pack it up. God, get the mic out of my face.
Oh, well, stay safe out there, Quinn. Anyways, that's it for us. Have a great day, GW, and an even better tomorrow. Wink. Wait, sorry. Do I have to wink? I don't want to do that. I thought it was fine before the wink. I don't want to do it, guys. It feels weird. Feels like all of our send-offs have been like mildly creepy, and it's, you know.